There are moments that begin as a chance encounter but end in a troubling inner chill. At first glance, it seems like an ordinary situation. A fan gifts a present to their favorite actress. The camera rolls, smiles abound. But behind the scenes, the emotions are of a different kind. Today, we'll discuss one such moment involving Afra Sarakoglu, captured in March of last year but only surfacing online now. Yes, this video isn't new, yet it has gone viral once again. The scene, a Balenciaga event, Afra walks through the hall and suddenly a fan rushes up to her. In her hands, she holds a gift. It seems like a sweet episode. But something in the actress's reaction immediately raises alarms. You realize it's not that simple. Afra is surprised. So much so that she asks the girl direct questions. How did you know I was here? How do you know my flight details? She clearly tries to maintain politeness, but confusion seeps through her voice. And at that moment, something shifts. The video loses its glossy sheen and transforms into reality. The kind where a person, even if they are a star, can feel vulnerable. Afra's face in the frame reveals much more than her words. It's not just polite surprise, it's tension, restrained fear, that very freeze when you don't know whether to smile or run. The actress doesn't roll her eyes or get angry. On the contrary, she remains as courteous as possible. But anyone who has ever felt discomfort from an invasion of personal space will recognize that expression. Later, after they talked a bit, Afra seemed to calm down. Seemed to. Because no matter how we feel about fame, the fear of intrusive attention is not a whim. It's an instinct. And in such moments, a person feels how public life ceases to be a joy and becomes something entirely different. A shadow, a pressure, or even a threat. And this makes you ponder. Where is the line between fan admiration and fanaticism? We admire, we follow, we quote, we repost, and we forget that behind that image on the screen stands a living person. A person who wants to buy coffee without flashes, walk through an airport without being stalked, simply breathe. And the fan likely had no ill intentions. Perhaps she genuinely wanted to bring joy, dreamed of this encounter. But the mere fact that she knew the actress's route, time, and location is already a troubling alarm. Because in a world where information about you is accessible to everyone, it's all too easy to become someone's target rather than an object of admiration. This reminds us of how fragile the line can be between attention and intrusion. Afra, despite her anxiety, handled herself with dignity. She didn't throw a scene, turn away, or raise her voice, and that deserves respect. But it doesn't negate the fact that her reaction is completely normal. Anyone would be scared. So, is it any wonder that some actors disappear from the radar, delete their social media, and hide their personal lives? It's not arrogance, it's self-protection. And we, as viewers and fans, should remember, stars are not exhibits, not GPS points, not someone's expectations. They are people. What do you think? Did Afra overcome her fear? Or was it just a facade? Share your thoughts in the comments. Support each other. And don't forget, true love for an actor begins with respect for their boundaries. While fans are busy discussing the past, the series Pera is confidently shaping its future. And the closer we get to the start of filming, the more we realize this is not just a light story about a blogger and a baker. No, this is a complex drama with hints of depth, tension, and unexpected twists. Recently, we learned that new characters have joined the cast. and everything has literally fallen into place. Do you remember how it all began? Afra Saracholu as the famous blogger, Furkan Andaj as the charming baker. A sweet duo, a light setup, a Disney Plus platform, 8 episodes. It seemed like a cozy project, perfect for an evening with a cup of tea. But now, with the latest news, the project is changing its tone. This is no longer just a series. This is a story with a nerve. According to official reports, Evrensil Kahyaolu has joined Pera, the star of the series Yargo, remembered by viewers as an actor with a cold power in his eyes. In Pera, he will play Ogus, a charismatic, successful, and likely dangerous businessman. A man who exudes status and keeps you guessing what to expect. He could become a new love interest, a shadowy manipulator, or, surprise, a true enemy. With such an actor on board, any of these options sounds convincing. But the additions to this cocktail don't stop there. Actress Neil Suda Al-Bayrak will appear as the main character's manager. And not just any manager, but also a close friend. And we all know how things go with close friends in series. Sometimes they turn out to be the ones who know too much, hold others' secrets, torn between loyalty and professionalism, and ultimately blow up the entire plot. Her character is the point from which conflict, development, drama, and of course secrets can arise. Meanwhile, the filming process is about to kick off. Script reading rehearsals will take place on June 27th, and shooting will begin on July 1st. And yes, the schedule is tight, because the series consists of only 8 episodes. This means no fluff, no slow build-up. Everything will happen quickly. The plot is compact, the emotions are intense, and every scene will matter. This format is a challenge for the team, but also a rare opportunity for viewers to experience a concentrated dose of drama without drawn-out storylines and fillers. The production promises to be swift, no more than 2 months, and the show will be filmed. This indicates clear planning, coordinated teamwork, and confidence in the material. Disney Plus won't drag its feet. Everything is calculated. The cast is assembled, the script is approved, and the visual style, according to rumors, will be inspired by minimalism and the aesthetics of The Truman Show. It's not just a series, it's a stylistically crafted space where each character is like a piece on a chessboard. But what's most important is that with each new actor added to the cast, we begin to perceive the initial premise differently. It's no longer just a romantic story. It's a drama filled with internal and external conflicts, corporate intrigue, personal crises, and a quest for self and truth. Afra's character is not just a blogger. She's a woman at the intersection of personal branding and reality. And alongside her are a baker, a friend, a businessman, a manager. None of them are guaranteed not to break during the process. This is what makes Pera a potentially powerful series. Not loud or flashy, but quiet and gripping. It doesn't capture the soul from the first minute. It lingers in the mind long after the final credits roll. And if the creators don't ruin the script, we will have a story that people will talk about a lot, debate, rewatch, and eagerly await the continuation. So don't let yourself be distracted by superficial summaries. The series may turn out to be much deeper than it seems. And remember, the loudest premieres often start with quiet announcements. If you opened Instagram today and felt the air become fresher and your heart suddenly skipped a beat, no, it's not spring. It's Disney Plus releasing character posters for the new series Remember Love. And this is one of those rare cases where the promotional materials almost overshadow the intrigue of the plot. Yes, the posters are so stunning that you'd want to print them, frame them, and hang them above your bed. But of course, the main focus isn't on the visuals. It's all about the story. The premiere is today, June 18th. That means we have just a few hours left to mentally prepare ourselves, whip up something delicious, and switch into I'm about to watch something important mode. Because the story promises to be just that: light, sincere, and infused with the scent of retro love that seems forgotten, but not entirely. The plot? Just listen. It sounds like the perfect script for personal catharsis. He is Denise, her successful architect, a man who builds other people's homes but has somewhat crumbled in his own feelings. She is Ganesh, an editor, a socialite who can turn any text into a masterpiece but struggles with the narrative of her own life. Once, they were just a step away from marriage. They almost made it to the altar. Almost. And then they broke up. Sad? Not quite. Because now, fate takes them by the hand and says, let's retake that exam. And it all begins with a single message. Yes, just a message. And voila. A trip, roads, coincidences, nostalgia, cafes, music from the 2000s, and all those remember when moments. They are thrown into an unexpected journey where every turn becomes not just geography, but an internal route to feelings that were never fully experienced, where each stop is a little sorry and maybe a big let's try again. The genre is romantic comedy with elements of adventure. This means it will be light, funny, a bit painful, but in a kind-hearted way. Perfect for rewatching with friends, alone, with a cat, or with someone you almost lost. And you're thinking, maybe it's not worth it. The series' slogan speaks for itself. Some stories are worth turning back time for. Beautiful? Absolutely. Especially when paired with the visuals. Speaking of visuals, the posters are a separate form of art. The couples are cast in such a way that it starts to feel like they weren't just selected. They were sculpted from the same aesthetic clay. And honestly, Sheriff Ezgi Fiaz and Chelsea Ozturk look, well, let's be frank, even more intriguing than her duo with Barış Oduku. Though fans might burn me at the stake for this, but that's okay. I'm ready, because the truth is more important than fear. But enough about beauty. Let's talk about something important. The series has only 8 episodes. This means the pace will be fast, the dialogue will be tight, and the drama will be concentrated. There won't be any chance to wait for something interesting. You'll either be hooked from the very first episode or you won't. And if we are to believe the trailer and the tone of the promo, it looks like you will be hooked. Not just by romance, but also by that mature sadness that comes when you've understood too much but haven't said everything you wanted to. Against the backdrop of recent Disney Plus projects, Remember Love stands out as an attempt to create something personal. Cozy, intimate, yet beautiful and cinematic. The target audience isn't teenagers, moms, or men over 35. It's everyone who has ever loved and lost, and then one day received a message that took their breath away. So now the question is, can the series become a new hit? It certainly has all the chances. A beautiful cast, strong visuals, a philosophical note, and a short runtime. Plus, viewers are clearly craving something deeper than superficial romance. They want stories that aren't afraid to talk about fears, regrets, and the possibility of rewriting the past, even if only in fantasy. So friends, grab some tea open Disney Plus and start watching Remember Love. And afterwards, come back here because there will be plenty to discuss. And as always, the juiciest thoughts and insights will be right here with us.